Hi there, it's Lisa Balachi St. Romain here on our fifth Sunday of Easter. And this reading is continuing in Acts of the Apostles, but it's not exactly continuing. It starts out after Paul and Barnabas had proclaimed the good news to that city. Which city is that? And made a considerable number of disciples. They returned to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch. So when we left off last week, the reading, they were leaving Derbe for Iconium, right? So if we check where they left off last week, and so this would be chapter 14. They're in Iconium in chapter 14, and a great number of both Jews and Greeks came to believe. So they stayed for a considerable period, speaking boldly for the Lord in signs and wonders. But then the people are divided, and the Jews and the Gentiles attack them and stone them. So they leave. And they flee to the cities of Lystra and Derbe, and there they continue to proclaim the good news. But then there's a crippled man at Lystra, so we got good news, then there's an attack. Then at Lystra there's a crippled man, but he is cured, and so then they call them gods, Zeus and Hermes. And they say, no, that's not us. There's a real God that you should be believing in. But again, Jews from Antioch and Iconium now come over and they say, don't trust these people. And so even when they're in this new city, Jews from the neighboring cities are coming after them. They stone Paul, drag him out of the city. Supposing he's dead, they leave him. The disciples gather around him, pray for him. He gets up, he enters the city. Then he leaves for Derbe. And they can proclaim the good news to that city. That's where we start today, after Paul and Barnabas proclaimed the good news to that city. Well, my goodness, attacked, stoned, left for dead, called gods, and then they're, no. So as we read through this, they returned to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch. They strengthened the spirits of the disciples, exhorted them to persevere in the faith, which of course they've been doing, and saying it is necessary for us to undergo many hardships to enter the kingdom of God. Hardship, stoning and attacking is what they just underwent. They appointed, so again, it's a narrative, right? They appointed elders for them in each church, and with prayer and fasting commended them to the Lord, in whom they had put their faith. Then they traveled, here's words. They traveled through Pisidia and reached Pamphylia. After proclaiming the word at Perga, they went down to Attalia. We might say it Atalia, Attalia. And from there they sailed to Antioch. That's the first Antioch, where they started, and they were commended to the grace of God for the work they had now accomplished. So, and then the final thing, and when they arrived at the place where they originally were sent off for this first missionary journey, they called the church together and reported what God had done with them and how he opened the door of faith to the Gentiles. So a lot of names in this one, undergoing hardships, necessary for us to undergo many hardships. Say it with Paul's conviction. We're doing the work of God because people are trying to be faithful right here, right now in our parishes, and they feel like they're undergoing hardships. So speak to them, okay? And then you've got all these new words. Be familiar with them so that they just roll off your tongue, and it's not hard to listen to. All right. God bless you and be with you.